And I'm Rizky. We are going to talk about
Garuda
the troops in Congo. Let's get started. Pew! Hi Hanan.
Hi.
Have you heard about Garuda troops in Congo?
Yes, I think I have. They were Indonesian peacekeeper, right? Sent as part of UN mission to help stabilize Congo after its independence.
Exactly. Indonesia sent the Garuda troops in 1960 as part of the United Nations operation in the Congo, or we said ONUC. This mission aimed to assist the newly independent Congo, which was facing political turmoil, internal conflict, and external threats.
So the situation in Congo was really unstable back then. Was the country even ready to govern itself after gaining independence from Belgium?
Unfortunately, no. After Belgium's departure, there was a power vacuum. The new government lacked the infrastructure and experience needed to govern effectively. It led to civil war and divisions, with various factions vying for control and foreign powers trying to intervene.
Well, that sounds like a chaotic environment. So why did Indonesia decide to send in troops? What their motivation?
Indonesia was motivated by a sense of solidarity with newly independent countries, particularly in Africa. During the era of decolonizations, President Sukarno believed it was important for Indonesia to support fellow nations struggling with post-colonial challenges. Additionally, it was an opportunity to show Indonesians' commitment to peacekeeping on the world stage.
Well, that makes sense, but did Indonesia have enough resource or experience to send troops to Congo? It must have been a huge undertaking.
It certainly was. At the time, Indonesia had limited resources, but still saw the mission as an essential part of its foreign policy. They sent troops to help stabilize the region, and over the years, Indonesia gained recognition for its role in peacekeeping, which ultimately benefited its international standing.
Whoa, it seems like they were really committed. What exactly were the Garuda troops responsible for once they arrived in Congo?
Their duties were quite broad. Initially, they focused on maintaining peace and security, particularly in areas affected by conflict. They protected civilians, helped secure vital infrastructure, and ensured that humanitarian aid could reach those in need. They were also involved in facilitating elections and assisting with nation-building efforts.
Whoa, that's quite a lot of responsibility. Given the tense and unstable environment, how did they manage to carry out those tasks effectively?
It wasn't easy. The Garuda troops faced constant threats from armed militias and rebel groups. The terrain was tough and there were frequent challenges in communications and coordination. But despite these challenges, the Garuda troops were well trained and disciplined, which allowed them to stay focused on their mission and fulfill their duties.
It sounds like the Garuda troops were crucial to keeping the peace. How were they received by the local population in Congo?
They were generally well received. The Congolese people were grateful for the help in securing their cities and towns. The Garuda troops were not just there as soldiers. They also provide medical assistance, help with food distribution, and support rebuilding efforts, and including roads, bridges, and schools. The Congolese saw them as protectors and helpers during a very difficult time.
Well, that must have been rewarding for the Garuda troops, knowing they were making a difference. How long did Indonesia continue to send troops to Congo?
Indonesia remained involved in Congo's peacekeeping efforts for nearly 20 years. Their involvement lasted from 1916 until the late 1970s. The Garuda troops were part of several phases of the missions, each focused on different aspects of peacekeeping and stability.
20 years is a long commitment, but what impact did the Garuda troops mission have on Congo in the long run?
The Garuda troops played a critical role in stabilizing the country. They helped maintain peace during a time when Congo could have easily descended into further chaos. While Congo still faced challenges, after the mission ended, their presence allowed the country to rebuild and establish some degree of order and governance.
It seems like they gave Congo the time it needed to get back on its feet. What did Indonesia gain from this mission?
Indonesia gained significant international respect. Their peacekeeping role in Congo demonstrated their commitment to global peace and security. It also helped Indonesia build strong diplomatic ties with other nations and strengthen its role within the United Nations.
So Indonesia's participation in this mission boosted its standing on the world stage. Did it influence their involvement in future peacekeeping missions?
Absolutely. The success of the guarded troops in Congo helped pave the way for Indonesia's participation in other peacekeeping missions, such as those in East Timor and the Middle East. The experience in Congo made Indonesia a more reliable peacekeeping partner in subsequent conflicts.
That's impressive. The guerrilla mission really laid the foundation for Indonesia's future peacekeeping efforts. Do you think their involvement in Congo is still remembered today?
Yes, the Garuda troops missions is still remembered fondly in Congo. Even after decades, many Congolese speak highly of the peacekeepers and their contributions to the country. In fact, the missions help strengthen the idea that international cooperation and peacekeeping efforts can make a real difference.
It's great to hear that their efforts were appreciated. It's not often you hear about such long-term peacekeeping missions being so successful.
Exactly. The Garuda troops were part of a larger effort that showed how peacekeeping can be much more than just a military intervention. It's about rebuilding, supporting governments, and helping nations in need.
I'll definitely look into this more. It's such an important chapter in both Indonesia history and global peacekeeping.
Definitely, it's a story that not many people know, but it's one that highlights the power of international cooperation and the role of peacekeepers in global stability.
Thank you for watching. See you in our next video.
Bye!